Oh, blooming heck. Oh, I've got a load of crap on it. Oops. Am I lying? Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to. Didn't mean to do that. Hello. Hello. Afternoon. Evenings. I hope you're well. I'm really looking forward to this because I've not done one for a few days. So I want to make sure that, right, okay, there's going to be a couple today, and it's going to be sort of like a series of them, because I think autumn's one of my favourite. You have to excuse me shaking a little bit. Sorry about it. Autumn's one of my favourite times of year. So, hello. So I get excited about colours and different textures and stuff, and I just love this time of year. So I had an idea in mind, and then I went shopping, like you do. Hello, Jenny. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Rima. So I went shopping, as you do. Well, no, that's a fib. That I had to take Matt to work because the trains are on strike. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Emma. Yeah, I had to take everybody, sort it all out. So anyway, Matt was needing to get to work, so I've got Matt to work, and I was coming home. I thought, oh, I'll just nip in here. And then I thought, oh, I'll just nip in here. Oh, hours later. Hello, Dawn. It's gorgeous to see you. And do you know what? It's like when you go in the shop, going for one, forget it. Forget it. Going for 2, 3, 4. It don't matter, hours later. So I thought what I'd do is a bit of a composite. So I have got a little stretch canvas, which these, I love these. If you wanted to make a piece of artwork out of it, which would be a really cool thing. But if you wanted to make a piece of work on black, it would look right. If you wanted to make it on the brown, it'd look right. But I've been out and I've got these, and I've just washed them. Now, in my rat hole of an art room, the room of doom, as I call it, there is some transparent gesso, but I've not found it. So I'm going to have to switch. So I might just gesso these with clear gesso and do this, say, Friday. So these are beautiful oak leaves, just from the garden, not my garden, over the way, and the colours are just stunning. Why am I? It's Sharon. Sharon, it does this. It's got a mind of its blooming own. And then we've got another. Hi, lovely to see you. Helen, hello. And we've got Sue Russell, who's responsible with Trude and Angela and oh, I'm going to miss somebody, and I hate doing that, but they're all doing lots of great things with the group, the tag swaps and things. So thank you. Hi, Angela. You do have to agree to join. It's like you're not selling your soul. So I saw this and I thought this would look brilliant. Like neuro-moodled almost. Or maybe even copy it onto a piece of paper. And then I thought it looks good on black because it looks very dramatic. It looks it's nice on brown. Let's see it all right. So you can see why I'm getting a bit perturbed, because they look good on everything. Hello, Leanne. So yeah, it's either or. So what we'll do is I might do this patterning one as a small one. But I've got another leaf. You see, I'm stuck here because I've got another leaf I want to do, which is a quick one. And I want to do it on the brown. So I've got to make my mind up now. I've got to make my mind up. So I'm going to do it on here. Right, let's go. Shut up with us. Get on with it. Right. So I hope we get some more people in. Sometimes you have better colours on the other side. You know, it looks like that one and that one, but I don't really care about that at the moment. So I'm looking at a big leaf at the moment. So again, I'll get my little square done. Right, and we're just going to sort of get our grid marked, whatever you want. So I'll do it so we can see it within the lens. Like that, or you could have it extend it a little bit longer. But that's entirely up to you. Whatever you want. So going to do a really simple, might do it a bit bigger. Simple. Oh, get away! Simple line drawing. That's going to reflect. Looks awful, I know that, but you know, we're going to be sort of making it. It's the shape of the leaves. Can you see how the shapes are sort of figuring out? But this is going to be a separate one. Hi, Trude. Hello. Blabbers, leaf it out. Oh. I might put another, see that? Actually, you could turn that round and have it as overhanging fruit, couldn't you, if you wanted? Not fruit, but you know. I might change it up, but this is all I'm going to do at the moment. And it's all based on those leaves I've just found. I should have brought that other one in, but I'm not going to run out and get it because that's a bit crazy. But it was a wonderful shape. And there's lots of different shapes of trees. But what you do find is that the tree shape is more or less really the tree leaf is similar to the shape of the overall tree. And I just thought I'd make this like that. So I'm just going to do simple. So start like that. And then no, I might need to go over a bit, but let's worry about that later. So I'm going to put some edges on it. Now, if I do need to, all I'll do is just make it bigger there. Yeah. So don't ever worry about that. They're only guidelines, aren't they? So I'm looking at my leaves and sort of getting a nice shape. I have washed them. You should see me running through the door. The dog over the road was running, right, running. It weren't running. It was barking like mad, and then saw me run, started running towards me. I was like, "No, I'm not playing, not playing." I was like, "Oh, go away, go away." So I've got this shape here, and right. So can you see it? I think I might add it, make it a bit bigger, be a bit freer with my lines. That's better. So I've got one big leaf there. You just found me by sheer luck. Are you not getting notifications? That's weird. So these are the shapes I've got. this is coming from underneath. So you see how it's changed now. I think what I might need to do is do that. Like that. So I've got this. Now, if you're drawing this from scratch, it's really simple to do because all you do is draw a line. You draw that shape, that shape, that shape. Then you go over that shape. And if you've got muscle memory, it's exactly the same. So then we go that way. So then we're going to go this way. So you get the muscle memory there, and you just feel it. Oh, I did it on all of them. Anyway, it don't matter. You're here now, my lovely. And then I like something being here. I mean, I could just sit that on there like that, you know. Chop it up. Job done. But I wanted to do this with you. There we go. So that's the sort of shape I want because it's like this. The roundness of it, nice round. But it's not, I don't know what it's going to be yet. It could be leaves like that. So they're in that gap. Does it want to be like that, or does it want to be a small one? Does it? You've got to make your own adjustments here. Do you want another one there? Does it need to be smaller? I don't know, but it's sort of there now. So what I'm going to do? How are we all? Let's get chatting. Come on. There's not many lives happening at the moment. People have got other things to do. I know. There's a lot of groups doing them. I know Crafting with All Brands do some really good ones. I know, like tonight, Wednesday, it's Funky Fossil. So go and see them as well. But yeah, don't leave us. We get a bit lonely. Oh, that's what I wanted to show you as well. That's why I got it out. Well, no, I'm lying. I didn't get it out for that reason. I just found it and it made sense. Right, you see this shape I've got here? Get off! That shape. You've got some great shapes that help you draw leaves. So if you look at that, and twist it over, you've got a great shape. If I show you. So if I was to put that on there, I just dropped it. You bum. Come over here. Right. So you could do it. So you've got a little bit more. Can you see that shape? So feel free to use these. These are what these are for. So you can if you wish to do that. And I've just drawn freehand because you can do whatever you wish. Karen! Oh, is it? Sod the housework. Well, Sam, get the cat away then. Oh, you're all too soft with these cats. They walk all over. Dogs have owners, cats have servants. Right. So you could have it going that way if you wish. They don't have to be the same way. I might do it that way. Make it a bit different. So you can have it long. See, I quite like that shape. So I'm going to do that. So it looks a bit strange, but that's what it's about, isn't it? Being a bit strange. So I've got that in there. I'm quite happy with that. You always draw your main shape in first because everything else depends on that shape. So that shape is your main thing, yeah? So let's go with, okay, and then I'll sit this on its own little. Now, depending on what you're drawing on, will have a difference on your lines. So, you know, it's very absorbent, some paper. Now, I don't know if there will be a line there, but I've just made one. So I might have to go up a little bit more, but that's fine. Where's my straight bit? So put the straight bit on there. Just this, well, that wouldn't fart in a trance, wouldn't it? That's better. Right. So we would make that a bit like that. Okay. Lovely doublet. And I'm just looking at this and I'm thinking, do I like that? Do I not? And I think I do, but I think I'm going to give it a little bit of shape. Just like that. It looks quite. There we go. That looks better. And I might get rid of it. I might not. So I've got my overall part. Rub out everything you don't need. And you can make your own square now. So although you drew it in, really doesn't matter. It's only to give yourself boundaries. Boundaries are good in everything you do. Otherwise, you can go over the top. Oh, you know what? Oh, quick, quick. Stay there. Don't move. Oh, table's moving. Sorry about that. Oh, right. Sorry. Right, where's it gone? Oh, I'll have to do it in a bit. Oh, sorry. Looking for my alpha stem. I'm going to go and get it. Sorry about that. Won't be a second. Talk amongst yourself. Oh, there's some leaves. Oh. Right, I've got my leaves. Found some more. I was cutting them before, so I'll probably get into trouble. Cutting them in a car park. Must have looked like a right weirdo. You know, cutting leaves off a plant. Yeah, that's me. Oh, just putting my machine on. Won't be a minute. Put it on for an hour today because I only had 20 yesterday. I think I need to chill. I've got to do a lot of housework today. I know I don't, but I'm going to put it on for 20. No, put it on for an hour. Yes. Yay! I'm playing. I'm on. Yeah, hold on. These. I'm going to do some work on these in my next one. But I just love these. But I've got, you know, I'm going to work on them. But these are the ones I'm working on in the next one. I just love the shapes, the colours, the patterns. There we go. That's, oh, it's great. Yay! Loads of people here that I like and like. Yes, properly like. So I've got these as well. But, you know, just if I was to do it on it's a little bit too small, but I could just do a piece of work with that and then stick that on a bigger canvas. They do, don't they? Aren't they beautiful? Just put them a bit closer for you. Almost looks like alcohol inks, doesn't it? Give the game away there. So yeah, this one is my favourite, but there's some more out there. And you're seeing a much better picture than I am, because mine don't look as bright as that. But what we're going to do is we're just going to do a little bit of a play on the idea of these leaves. Nothing too fancy. I hope there's no bugs on. Oh, there is. Ew. Right. Sack that. There's a bug. There's a bug. I'm getting rid of the bug. I can't be doing with bugs, so they're going. Why didn't I look at it first? Ew. Ew, get out. Get out. Bug. Bug off. Sorry. My neighbour's walking past and I'm shouting bug off. She must, oh, she's used to me. Oh, she's used to me. What a plonker. Right, I'm just going to put in some boundaries again. You don't have to. I just think it really helps you to focus on what you're doing and not what's around you. It's funny, I was having a conversation with somebody about something when you're dealing with anxiety or depression, and how do you do it? Well, I think my answer to it, there isn't one, and that it is whatever suits you, but you know you can do it because you've done it before, and I think that's a bigger. And the other one I live by is my thoughts are not my reality. So whatever I'm thinking about what could happen or what is happening, is it true? Is it real? Most often than not, it's not. So anyway, we've got this now. Based on the leaf, we're going to put in some main stems now. Oh, sorry, my finger's cut, but I'm not going to go too heavy. I'm going to use an 8. Might be a bit much. No, we'll go for it. Look how many pens I've got, no nibs. So I'm just going to go with. Sorry, just putting the machine straight. So we're just going to go with something quite soft and flowing. So I know it's got to come to here. It comes from the point. Whether I do this with that, I don't know. So I know this has got to come from here, the direction. This is not how it's going to be. So that, in essence, needs to be. So if you draw like a loopy doodah. Now it looks pretty clinical like that. I'm not going to leave it like that because it needs to have a bit of a tweak. So if we have a you see, I'm thinking that maybe might need a bit of a... I'm going to tweak this though, isn't it? Looks, all I'm doing is putting in like a trunk, but it's going to have the leaves on it. So they're going to have like a bit of a, and they're going to be smaller than that. So I'm going to go straight in with the pen. I'm just going to go for it. So I'm going to go with a... That's gone dodgy, but it doesn't matter, because what I'll do is I'll just put another line on it, and I'll do a pattern in there that you won't see. So I've got the leaf, the main gist of that, and then put a main body in again, and then get rid of the lines because they're the ones that are confusing. It's a shame about that, but hey ho. And then I'm going to draw now. There is a way of doing this when you wrap two pens together. I'm not really worried about that. Not finding it easy to draw at the moment. So I put double lines there, and they're going to stay like that now. Yes. Oh no, I didn't want to do that, but I was talking with Olga. But yeah, you have to have your bad days, but then you have to know that the bad days, you can't continue them. And if that day comes when you think, oh, I can't be bothered getting up, I can't get up, I can't do this, you know you can because you've done it before. So that's what we were sort of saying about it. It's something that you think about in your head, and make sure that you're not beating yourself up seriously. Right, what I'm going to do is this shape all inside. So I'm going to get a basic shape that I like. Or you don't have to, you could just do like a pattern into them. So you could extend it so each is a pattern. I quite like the idea of the shape being in it. So I'm just going to go with a triangle and then cut it out. So I'll show you what I mean. So that, like that all over, different sizes. I can't believe how hard it is for me to draw at the moment. Crazy. Just drawing like little shapes there now because I can't get the proper shape in. But we all get like this, you know. I'm now focusing on the fact that I can't draw what I want to draw. So I'm going to draw the simplest shape that will get me there. And then when I colour them in, I can really put some detail on them. But I'm not, because otherwise I'd just stop drawing. And I'd just say, I don't want to do it now. And I get that when I'm down. That's what happens. It just says, stop the rubbish, stop it. Don't embarrass yourself. Don't let anyone see this. It's terrible. And I have to fight my way through that. And then it thinks like, oh, people are going to think it looks like this or that. And it's just, those are my thoughts, but not my reality. You know, they are what are in my head, not yours. You might be thinking they look like something, but yes, Olga, I'm totally with you there. If somebody tells me something, it stays there. And only if I ever get permission. But no, because I do worry about you all, and that's another thing. I worry about you, worrying about me, and it's just crazy because, but it's just the way I am. But I have to keep thinking my thoughts are not my realities. You know, my thoughts are not my reality. If somebody doesn't like me, that's none of my business. That's their business. And I really don't care about that. I'm getting good at that. But if my friends thought that, that's different. But yeah, I do really want sorry, did you want links? So I'll be honest with you, when I'm drawing with these, I don't think you can get refills, because sometimes it's cheaper to just get a new pen, a bit like my inks and my blooming, that annoys me so much. The inks in my printer, it's cheaper to get a new printer. How stupid is that? Here's another little point for you. If you find it difficult to draw something one way, turn it round. Turn it round. See what I mean? It might be difficult because I'm drawing it that way. That's coming along now. We see how the pattern, see this one's a bit off, but I might put another one. There we go. So it's weighted a bit. I'm going to put some lines in a minute, which will change it all together. Yeah, so I'm there with you all. Don't, like how I'm having a rubbish, I can't draw time. But it's not that I can't draw. It's just that I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself to draw. Right? I'm putting too much pressure on myself to draw brilliantly. And if you let it flow more often than not, it's fine. It's just that you're saying I can't draw perfectly. No, you can't. You can't. You know, there's some things that we can draw better, of course. But if you say you can't, you'll always be right. If you say you can, you'll always be right. Either way, it's up to you how you do it. So yeah, I do, Emma. I like the fact that when I'm shading as well, I get a different. I'm not trying. Sometimes I need to rejig what I'm drawing because I'm looking at it in one way. If that makes sense. So I need to turn it around. I don't ever think that at all, Trudy. I hate them because I think they're so rubbish. But But I think we're all very, very similar like that. It's just how it is. We don't like what we do, but that's what it is, isn't it? That's very good. I don't think I print enough, use enough ink really to warrant. Mind you, it's because I won't pay that I don't use it. So it's a fight, it's a bit of an inner battle. Right, what I'm putting on now is a softer line. So I can start to put some detail in it. Now I'm going to use a finer pen. And this is where I let myself go now. Just relax. Wiggle your toes. Any little duffer bits, you can now just get rid of. And all I'm doing is giving this a little bit of a so like if you've got a duffer bit like that, that's now going to be, is that a bug? No. Oh, I hope it's not a bogey. Not a bug, I mean bogey. Blooming heck. Right. But you lot out there, I do understand. Totally. So I'm just going to go around. Can you see? I really like that now. What say, Trick? Yeah. I know we're. How awful is that? How awful is that we have to hide our drawings because they don't fit someone else's standards or what we feel? They're not your standards, they're someone else's. If it's the best you can do, that's your standard. If it's not, then you're not. It's not good enough, is it? If you know you can do better, but that's different. But that's putting pressure on yourself when that actually is not what you really want to do, is it? You don't. If you're enjoying this, the last thing you want to do is blooming, put untold pressure on yourself so you don't enjoy it. So what I'm going to do is just don't matter what day I do alive, does it? Some shit's mowing a lawn. I'm sure they wait for me to pronounce alive. Right, so can you say, I'm just giving it that little bit. I'm not going to go all over. Well, here she says I'm not going to go all over, but I will. I just want to put a bit more in it. Only because I think you sort of lose that shape a little bit and it brings it back now. Oh, they're taking the rip now. Bet they just sat there outside. Right. Oh, yeah, yeah. Make a bonfire. Yeah, absolutely. That was worse in summer. Well, not worse, but people doing a barbecue and you're there clean, and they just do it just before you bring it in, and it stinks. They're shitheads. They are shitheads. I'm sorry, but they are. They know that you've got your washing on the line. They can see it. The shysters. don't know what that was, and my Uncle Francie used to say that word, but I like it, so I'm going to say it. Right, so we've got that going on, which I quite like. Well, you should never try and estimate or guesstimate someone else's responses. One man's meat and another man's poison. So if you feel that your work's a bit rubbish, you're getting better, Dawn. You're getting better. But that's a lifelong thing. That's not just recent. That is with everything you do. That's not just your artwork. Could I do it better? Oh, they might not like that. It's all about pleasing others, and you shouldn't. You should please yourself, my love. So I'm just putting some different lines in this way, just to give it a bit of a separation from it. So I'm doing circles here. For no other reason that it's a just a moodle on top of it. Any hidden lines any rubbish lines will be hidden. So I've got that. I'm quite happy with it. I'm going to do some little moodles in here now. So leaving the spaces that I've created now. See, I've now changed that because that was naff, but it looks better now because I just added stuff to it. So I've just run up there. You can run up them all if you want. And I'll just give this a moodle. So this is not going to play too much, I'm just going to give it that. Just a bit more. I'm going to have to start doing a newsletter so people know when I'm on. So there we go. Just a little bit more there. Quite like that now. It's quite pretty. It's almost like the veins of it. Right, just doing circles in this one because I haven't got any in there. Right, and in here. Bear in mind, I'm going to change it a little bit in a minute. So the next one is one of my favourites, which is a really strange one. I love it. And I draw lines first, so I'm going to draw a line from there. There we go, and a line from there. So this is one of my favourite ones because it reminds me of the layers that are in the land. You know, the striations. It reminds me of the sections within the leaf. I just love it. So you just fit like the brickwork to it. Oh, see how you think about it. Isn't that lovely? I've just done what I shouldn't have done. There we go. Whoa, got away with that. You know, I don't like drawing the lines. I like them to be pretty, you know. So the lines are sort of invisible. They're made by the sort of brick things. I love that shape. Isn't that a gorgeous shape? That it's almost like a stone wall, isn't it? So the next one is I wouldn't like to tell you what I think about that person. It's all about getting likes and getting followers. You know, and people following you. How bad is that? You know, if you're going to do something so drastic, I'm glad it wasn't, not being awful here, but I'm really glad it wasn't as drastic as hurting somebody to get attention. That just shocking. Anyway, I put a little bit of stuff round there, and then we're going to do this. But I'm a bit stuck because I'm thinking, should I do leaves or the shapes of leaves? And I think I will. So we've got one set there. I'm just thinking now what I could do with that. I don't want it to appear overpowering. So that's it. So we sort of drawn shells or cells, but in a different direction. There we go. So cellular stuff. Right, gonna go in with my white pen. With my white pen, I said, not with my. I love the use of white and black because I just think it really pops something like this. So I'm just going to let that dry before my hands go all over it, and I'm just going to do some white lines on here. Okay, so we've got that happening. And then I'm going to put in now you don't have to do this, obviously. If you liked it before, you leave it. And if you're in the Moodlers group or Buy Me a Coffee group, then you'll get this. To use as you wish. What I'm doing with the circles is perhaps giving a direction to get me so it's flowing. There's not a lot of pattern in this, but there doesn't need to be because I think it's enough. This is a Uniball Signo. I always use them. It's the broad one. You can get the fine tip one as well. You know, if you want to go mad, get your pencils on it as well. That's even better. But you know, that's your work, what you want to do. That'd be so cool. So I've got that. That's okay. I'm just going to fill in the white bits that make the dodgy lines. It's almost like veins or stuff. So here, so what you can do is just do one side on this if you want. So sorry, I'm working over the top of it. I'll do it this way so you can see. So you're just putting a bit of depth in. Almost looks like jungles. There we go, put some like little doofers on him. So I'm going to copy that with that. Just bring in so even if you feel, just wiggling my toes there, sorry. If you feel that your work's shocking at the moment, like mine, that's how I feel. I don't want anyone saying, oh, it's not, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's how I feel. I hate it when, I'm sorry to say, I really don't like it when people say, oh, it's great. I'm not saying it for pity, honestly. I'm just saying that's how my feelings are. So when I do this, I think, well, okay, I'll do better tomorrow. And that's how I have to look at it. You know, I'm not saying it to get someone, although I know people who do. I'm doing it because I need to feel that I need to do it better. To try and get your head round it. Oh, what's that mean? I've confused you. Oh, I hope I haven't. So in here, I'm adding in a circle, so to speak. So they're like patterns around patterns. So they're sort of resembling that and that. Like that. Okay, so sorry, I've done it again. Just putting some thin lines. This paper's very absorbent, so I'm going to have to change pen again. I think this is a pen. This should do it. That's much better. Because it's so absorbent, what's happening is I'm not finishing my lines, so the lines aren't clear, or that just don't look right. But with this, and when you want to, you can add more like lines. What I mean by that is add more thick lines together. So here, right, this pen, they go off. It's weird. They go off right, and then they'll write, and then they'll stop. 3 little dots. So I mean, people have said that this is Zentangle, and I beg to differ because they might have patterns in it, but this isn't Zentangle at all, because this is more about creating your own patterns, not about set patterns. But I do love Zentangle and Zendoodle and all the oodle doodles, but I just, you know, I like to add a bit of this, bit of that. Jenny's really good at it. Jenny Bunning, very good at it. Very, very beautiful work. Right, so I've put a little bit of that in there just to give it a bit more depth. I really like that. And I think I do something with these leaves because they still look awful to me. So I'm going to get my pen. And this is when I can really sort of make them look better. So I'm putting the lines in them now. So all I'm doing with these is putting a line down the middle on each side. And you can actually add some shading by hatching if you wish. I mean, if I wanted to, say that one, I'd just put that on it to make it rounder. Just that little bit makes it look from chicken's feet, phalluses, or duck's feet. It's now created a proper shape. Now, I'm not going to do it now because it's a medullary, but you could do a lot more of this in the background around them. Oh, I'll just do it. I was going to put brown pencil on it, but I might not. So not as many, just a few. Right, wiggling my toes. Hang on. Yeah, Sandra, she's very good. She like does something quite similar, but they call it sand tango. She's very good at what she does. But I've known her for a lot. Well, I've known her since not hugely well, but I do know her. Met her a few times at Hajanda. See, I think this needs more. Almost like veins and. I don't know if I like that now. I've done it. So I like what it was supposed to represent, but I don't like how I've done it. See if I put a bit of white. Might have gone too far now. I do this, but we all do it, don't we? Come on. Come on, roll it in my hand. Come on. There we go. Yeah. Sort of decorated. I'm not too sure about this. Not too sure whether I like that. What I might do is shade it out. But yeah, we do this stuff. We do naff things. Well, I do. So the last thing I'm gonna do, I've got that on there. Quite like that. I'd do the bit of jiggly pokery in the background. But I'll show you something else I'm gonna do. But I'm gonna finish it on Friday. I'm just gonna put a little bit of this in. I don't know whether I like it's like the essence of the tree, but I think I've gone over the top. I think that's calmed it down a little bit. So got an idea now. Put that down there to get that, but I think yes. Good old graphite. Oh yes, that's better. You can still see it, the pattern, but it's subdued it somewhat. Could do that. We need to go a bit darker. No, I'm not too sure about that either. You get, like I say, I'm not having a great drawing time at the moment, but I do feel that you need to see stuff like that. Quite like it like that now. You do need to see this because you might be feeling the same. You might be feeling the same. Well, that's okay. It's really all right. Right, so let's get this on. Should have done this for another live, but let's see if it works on it. I'm going to bring you right down. Now, can you see it better on black? Yeah, I can't. No, the other one. How beautiful is that? Stay with me on Friday and I will do one in watercolour like this. So I'm just doing some fine lines. Just breaking it up slightly. I'm not too sure whether this will work up here, so we'll have to try it. Look at that. You watch someone steal this. So what I've done is I've put some light on it. You could do it with paint. It is a bit easier with paint. So I'm only going to do this little bit to show you. Sorry, I don't think it'll focus that close, will it? You could sleep. Go to sleep, Dad. I don't find that at all offensive. Somebody once said, don't you find it offensive when people say that? Actually, no, it's just the opposite. See, I'm not a lover of that. So I think I've gone too much. But I can rub it off. But I do like the idea of the lighter one, like this one, is so much easier to follow because you've got all these little lines that you could see, much easier. Especially if you've got gold and silver pens. And what you're doing is actually highlighting the lines that are on it. And on the back, you get to see even more of it, don't you? So you get to see this. And that pattern is amazing. And the easiest way of getting something like this to show up, because it is quite difficult, you need the proper lighting and stuff, is if you rub this with oil, any oil would do, and then put some glue on it. It's amazing. You get great vein patterns from it. But you can also raise the pattern with graphite. I don't want to rip it too much, you know. See it? I used to be able to do this, but this pencil's not good enough for it. Do you see it? So you're transferring it. I need a proper soft pencil for it. Transferring the lines onto it. So do that, and then I go. And you can start to get the patterns. Might work on here as well. No, there's not enough on it, but yeah, you start to, especially if you're using pastels and stuff, you get to use the patterns on it. It's all sorts. I mean, if I was doing this as a class, which is what I want to do, I'd love to do it, I've got to be accredited for it, I would do like where I get my inspiration from, drawings of leaves, like taking one element and then enlarging it, and then doing all these different things like pen work, graphite work, tracing, frottage, montage, decoupage, and all these different things would then sort of fall into practice. I wouldn't necessarily do a moodle. And then I would do like I did the other day, where I draw this into a square and then take the front one and do that, and then everything builds up into the background. But there's nothing to stop you actually decoupaging actual objects like this, gluing them down if you wish, or having them three-dimensionally. You know, if you wanted that in the background, that's cool as well. So you've got lots. Yes, you can, Jenna. Especially these oak leaves now, as they are. You can stitch on them. I'll just show you on this one. I mean, this isn't stitching, but if I get my very fine pen, show you. I'll do it along this leaf. The only problem is, you seriously can't pull your thread at all. But you can do Mimitech, it's called. See it? So if I put, you see it like that, so if I put that there, you can see the black, can't you? That's another thing we used to do, is create texture with the background, so you can just see the black coming through a bit stronger. Or the light, probably see the light better. Yes, you can, listening. Well, yeah, the thing is though, once I've drawn on leaves, I don't tend to start messing with them, I just leave them. But yeah, you can do this with a pen. I mean, I'm doing it with a fine and follow all the lines, and then do silk threads. Glycerine, yeah. I think after the glycerine, I would put or maybe a clear gesso and then glycerine and then another clear gesso. But I'll be honest with you, I've used a little bit of hand cream on mine as well. Not on these, but I do use it. So I hope that's giving you a bit of an idea to do some work with these. We're going to go back to drawing some stuff with leaves. I'll come up with something else, like a little workshop thing for Friday. So on Friday, I will meet you here. I'll knock on for you. And for those of you who don't know what that means, we used to call it knocking on for someone, would mean knocking on the door for them to coming out. Well, I hope it's relaxed you. I know one of you, two of you have said that you're very relaxed. I'm very relaxed because I've had my alpha stim on. Look at that. Woo. I run out of the house once or twice and I've told someone to bug off. Oh, that wasn't a bug. Oh, I think it was. Just that one. Oh, that's shocking. Oh. Right, I'm just going to go now. So I'll knock on for Friday, knock on the door, and I will love you and leave you. Take care. Get some leaves for yourself and let's play around with some leaves. And yeah, see you Friday. If you'd like to look at my Patreon, and I'll keep plugging it, but it's what it is, isn't it? Oh, how come you're still on? Sorry about that. Yeah, so lewithers.com tells you all about me. And thanks very much. And I will see you Friday. Bye.